Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Rex, and this is part 9 of Shadow of the Colossus. We'll be killing obviously the ninth Colossus, which is arguably one of the, oh gosh, one of the hardest ones in the game. You'll see once we get there. But if you were tuned in to my last episode where we killed the 8th Colossus, then you'll know that we're actually reached a checkpoint in the game. We're actually halfway done with the game, which means that we got a special cinematic where we saw a hallucination, or what one can deduce is a hallucination from Warden seeing Mono resurrect from the dead. And we also see that Warden is actually paler and dustier and just generally more fucked up. And he's just gonna get worse. But it's kinda cool that we reached the checkpoint. We're halfway through the game. And now to the ninth Colossus. But here on the way, you can see that the expanse is actually quite big. I mean, really, like, the land seems to go all the way to the horizon, so it's really cool. Because I saw a lot of comments of people talking about, you know, how big the game is, and yeah, I mean, and it is true. I mean, you can see for yourself. It's really it goes, you know, beyond what you can see. So, but let's see where we're going. So we're going on the right track. There will be no cinematic telling you if you're on the right place or anything like that for this boss. But as long as you follow the light, it's actually really simple to get there. There's really no bullshit. Just you know, your horse being a bitch, but but yeah, there's really nothing special. You'll see that eventually the light's gonna go down and you're gonna get into a desolate place. You have to go there. Now there's like a little, you see that's a little precipice there, but there will be a little bridge here that we can actually get into. Let's go around here and into the bridge. Now when you reach this place that is full of geysers spouting water, you know that you reached the right place. There's really not much light here to know where you're going, but there you go. You have to get inside the cave. But once you get inside the cave, I present to you guys the ninth Colossus. Now he's definitely, at least as of now, the hardest Colossus that we have yet faced. And arguably as well, the biggest Colossus we have faced. Now, this is actually like this is my fourth, or I think it's my fifth take, trying to take this guy out on one take, which is really hard. The reason for that is that, do you see those geysers? Like, we actually have to put him on top of those geysers. The reason for that is that his weak points, he has 4 weak points first, which are below the legs. Now the only way that we can target below his legs is to get him off balance, and to do that we have to get a geyser to spout water right below him, and then we have to hurt his legs. So the reason why it's so complicated is that we really can't control much of these of the Colossus movements, and at the same time the geysers will not be spouting water all the time. So it's gonna be a combination of these two factors that we cannot control to be able to start the sequence of getting him weakened, and that's the big problem. The other problem is that, as you can see, he has the power of the 8th Colossus, so he can actually throw electric beams towards us. The difference though is that these beams are actually stronger than the one the 8th Colossus had. You see that it didn't even hit me straight up, but it's gonna hurt me. And if it actually does hit you, it's gonna hit you for a chunk of damage. You see that? There you go. So That's the reason why you really do need aggro for this battle, because evading those lasers without aggro, it's pretty big. Oh, it's pretty hard, even with her. Yeah, aggro is a she, by the way, for those of you that didn't know. It's gonna be pretty tough, but we have to get him to walk a little bit further, and then we're gonna die. Oh jeez, I'm gonna cut up. And we're back. Oh jeez, that was a really terrible thing. My guy just decided to jump like randomly, like I don't know. Well, I guess I'm giving up on trying to do this guy in one take. I mean, that was really silly, but let's call her. Oh no. You see that it actually does hit for quite a bit. Especially since you have to kind of be still to get on top of the horse, it becomes a problem. But let's change to our arrow. We'll actually need to use the arrows in this fight. Let's try to lure him out of the cave. We can't really do anything once he's inside the cave. Try to shoot him a little bit there. One cool thing about this battle is that it is very cinematic. As you can probably tell, I just wish that we could actually control a little bit more of the fight. It's a lot of patience involved in this battle. We have to get him on top of this geyser and then have it spout water. Now let's see if we can make him walk just a little bit further without him spouting those lasers. There you go, he's gonna do that. Now the water's not gonna last very long. What we have to do is shoot him on his leg. There is one. It's gonna be really hard to get the other one, especially since the water's not gonna last. There you go. So we already hit one leg. What we have to do is we have to hit the two legs that are remaining on the surface. If we hit those, then he'll be completely out of balance and he will actually get turned around on his shell. So that's what we're looking for in this battle. Now let's quickly get on the horse if we can. There you go. It's nice that he actually waits. It's kind of weird, but it seems the water just barely missed him. Let's see if we can get him to turn around. Come on, man, come on. No, it's not gonna last. Yeah, it's not gonna last. We have to get him into a spot where the water will just happen to be spouting while he's already below it. That should give it enough time to be able to turn him around. Now I'm gonna cut up. Oh no, I don't need to. This is sweet. Alright. So I'm gonna get down the horse to make it simpler. And shoot him. Now this is gonna turn him around. Create a lot of movement. But this is what we have to do. Once he's turned around like this, we have to get onto the other side, onto his belly. He's gonna have hair on his belly that we weren't able to climb before. But now we're able to. So we just do it. He doesn't have a weak point on his belly. So what we have to do is climb just little by little and get on his back. Now he's gonna turn around eventually, and what we have to do is position ourselves on his back so that when he turns around we will not fall. Now this is the hardest part of the battle because there's nothing to grab ourselves into. This is just completely... There you go. As you can see, I was like ridiculously lucky that I hit myself on the wall there. And that's the problem with this fight, that you're gonna rely a lot on luck for that moment in there. But as soon as we're on his back, then everything is so much simpler, as really there isn't anything else to do than simply go here, grab into the hair, and start beating him up. This is the only weak point that you can hit for damage, so you're not gonna have the need to actually mow after you get to this point, so just beat the crap out of him. I wish that I could have done this in just one whole take, but it's really tough to get him to the right positions, as you can imagine. But just a couple of hits more and the hardest boss is done. It probably doesn't beat the water boss in terms of annoyance, but it's definitely just the hardest to get it right. I love the music, by the way. This music is amazing in this game. But once more with feeling, and he's done. The 9th Colossus is done. Finally. Let's just try to run the black thing that we're not gonna be able to. And get teleported back. Gosh, that was tough. I'm happy that I actually got that jump right. I had 5 takes on this boss, and all of them I had that jump gone wrong. Of course, let's save this motherfucker. There you go. So now we get 9 figures, like you can imagine, and the 9th idol is a goner. Again, good riddance. We're actually doing great progress in this playthrough. Thy next foe is an isolated sand dune. Its tracks are well hidden. Shaking the earth, its gaze is upon thee. Looks like a snake if you look closely. So a sand snake. That sounds really cool. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'm gonna do a lot of editing for that part because there's a lot of takes that I want to take away. But hope you guys tune in for episode 10 and the 10th Colossus. Have a nice day, guys.